Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. My name is Chija and this is Infinite Talks, where we talk about everything and anything. So earlier you heard me talking about democracy, trying to define democracy. And when we were primary school, they used to give us this assignment, democracy, define democracy, and then we cram it in our heads and we're like, democracy is the government of the people, by the people, for the people, and then we add extra jara. With the people and the people in the people of the people. I know, right?
I don't know.
It's sweet. My one track. I don't drop one track like this. So.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
But anyway, welcome to our podcast. And today we'll be talking about democracy. Abi democracy. Because the demo they craze true as it is. And with the way Nigeria is headed, guy, I don't know, the demo they craze true. So talking about democracy as it is, we need to, head back to how it all started in Nigeria, because Nigeria is a democratic state, like a state that is, practicing democracy as a form of government. So we have the Republicans, we have the Democrats, but Nigeria is practicing democracy. So let's talk about Democracy Day. Formerly, it used to be May 29th, where we celebrate Democracy Day in Nigeria. And that's also the day we swear in all elected officials into their offices, But during the reign of the former president of Nigeria, General Muhammadu Buhari, he actually switched it from May 29th to June 12th. And we know June 12th. In Igbo, we say Osa Abiola, but Osa Abiola. June 12th, 1993. That was the first time Nigeria had an election to transition from the military rule to the civilian rule. And we all know how that turned out. If you don't, check your history books. But democracy in Nigeria started, Nigeria started practicing the democratic rule in the year 1999, when we transferred the government offices from the military rule to the civilian rule. And that was during the reign of the former president of Nigeria, General Olusegun Obasanjo, who emerged as the winner during the 1999 elections. And that's it. Since then, Nigeria has, called themselves a democratic state. That's how I'll put it. Because as it is, with the demo, and we see the craze on top of the thing, because the way the country is, it's really crazy. So today we'll be talking about crazy things that have been happening during this democracy era. So democracy, be democracy. So in this, this podcast, talking about democracy and democracy, crazy things that have been happening during this democratic era. So let's talk about high cost of living.
This country go sweet us to continue live. If you continue there like this, we go die finish.
First one is high cost of living. Things, anything we rise up in Nigeria, they obey law of gravity anymore. Like once it goes up, to come down is a problem, and it's not really. How do I put it? They craze, and it's not working well with Nigeria. Like since 1999 down to this, up to this period, like the cost of living has skyrocketed. And let's not even talk about last year. From last year, May 29, down to this day, it's skyrocketed like times 3 of what it used to be. And cost of living is, in fact, the poor are getting poorer. Before it used to be the poor are getting poorer and the rich are getting richer. Now even the rich said they cry because life is hard at this period. Like in this period, things are hard. Everywhere is hard. Like, cost of living is so much. House rent don't increase. Plenty things don't increase. Like, I don't know how to put it, but the cost of living does not come down. Now let's talk about another crazy things that happened during this crazy democratic era. Secondly is insecurity. Insecurity. Every Nigerian has experienced insecurity one way or the other. Let's start with Boko Haram, Chibok girls, and so on and so forth. The Boko Haram came in, everybody, Boko Haram, Boko Haram. You know how many people died? How many soldiers died? How many people's children that died? The bombings and everything. Insecurity. But not democracy, we demo and we craze. at that same time. And not just that, we move over to Fulani headsmen. Fulani headsmen, person want hear word. We and people where they carry cattle, they fight. It is okay. The next name, bandit.
Everybody lie down, everybody lie down.
Bandits. God I beg. Go day your country, you no even dey safe again. Bandits. And then the next thing, unknown gunmen. I be unknown men.
Hey, shut down. Who the Zuzu?
Any of the two both of them. Like, it's crazy. The insecurity is too much. You can't even travel by road anymore. Like, you're scared. If you don't meet Boko Haram, you go meet Fulani headsmen. If you don't meet Fulani headsmen, bandits, unknown gunmen, unknown men, and so on. Kidnappers. Jesus. Kidnapping now. Talk about Abuja. Kidnapping in Abuja is something else. In the East, unknown gunmen is something else. So, everywhere the insecurity is too much. Like democracy, it's not demoing very well. They decrease at this point. Another thing that has been happening during this democratic era, we'll talk about police brutality, police harassment. October 20th, 2020 is it's a very sad day that Nigerians would not forget, especially Nigerian youths. Like, we lost lots of our youths at the Lekki massacre. It was crazy, it was bloody. All because of what? Nigerians came to protest that the police brutality, enough is enough. We do not want this. We're not saying police should not do their work, but the brutality, the harassment, as it is now, you can't even, as a guy, you can't wear dreadlocks, you can't carry your laptop. Like, yes, in as much as yes, we have the bad eggs, but the harassment is too much. Like Rojami, if you know Rojami, stand one side, park, search this one, your tire change, your this. Like, the whole harassment is not really nice. And we are complaining of insecurity, but our police, they are actually harassing us. And it's not really ideal. Like the demo chuchu, it is crazy as it is. Like, the demo is not crazy, it's crazy, like it's really crazy. And these are the things that the government of Nigeria needs to look into. Yeah. And another thing we need to talk about, one of the crazy things that we need to talk about is the labor strike. Let's talk about the labor strike. Currently now, the NLC, Nigerian Labour Congress, is actually working on a particular amount for a minimum wage for the average Nigerian civil servant, which the government and the NLC are trying to negotiate and come to a reasonable term, because everybody is suffering. Like, minimum wage used to be 30,000 naira, and as it is now, what's 30,000 naira will do for you? It's not really ideal now. Like, as we are talking about cost of living that had increased and everything. So check, if you're having 30,000 naira as the least minimum wage, find out that your salary, your normal salary, cannot cover your transport expenses, it cannot cover your housing accommodation, it cannot cover your feeding, healthcare, and other expenses, and so on and so forth. So how do you expect these people to work? And that's what the Nigerian Labour Congress is actually trying to fight for, so that we can have a substantial amount, a reasonable amount for as minimum wage. So that's what they're battling with the government. I feel that the government of Nigeria can do better if we really, really want to celebrate democracy on June 12th. And with everything that is happening, the celebration is not celebrating very well, because we need to do more. Abraham Lincoln said, democracy is the government of the people, for the people, by the people.
You didn't have to cut me off.
Rather, I haven't got it wrong. Democracy is the government of the people, by the people, for the people. Yes, I got it right. Better student. I know. I'm proud of myself too. Before it be like, say I won't flop. Like, say I chop my school fees, but you try not chop my school fees, But in that sense, democracy being the government of the people, it means you have to be a citizen of a state to go into the government. And then by the people, you should be elected for that position. And for the people, you going into that position, you should have the interest of people in mind while going for that position. So I believe that all the people that we've voted for, because I believe Nigerians in the last election, Nigerians felt their votes did not count. And at this point, I would urge all our representatives that have been voted into office to actually have the interest of people at heart and try to make Nigeria a better place. So let's, on that same note, at this point, I would say Happy Democracy Day, right? Happy Democracy Day. I'm still your host, Queen Chija, and this is Infinite Talks, where we talk about everything and anything. So please, if there's anything you feel that has been crazy during the democratic era since 1999 till date, please do well to drop that on our comment section on all our social media platforms. On YouTube, follow us and subscribe, share at Infinite One TV, on Instagram at Infinite One TV, on Facebook, Infinite One TV, on Twitter, Infinite One TV. And do well to listen to our podcast at any time, any day, anywhere on Spotify at Infinite Studios. I'm still your host, Queen Chija. See you in the next episode. Bye. Mwah.